Hello and welcome to the NIGMA project. My name's Dimi. I'm the dev behind my messenger, which is supposed to be decentralized and privacy first, giving the user total control, meaning you, about the encryption, making the encryption visible, and being only reachable when you want to be reachable, and only ever storing or all the time only storing as much as possible in RAM. But let's just hop into it so you can see it. We have here two devices in different Wi-Fi networks. I'm gonna try to connect to the Xiaomi. This is the Pixel phone. Boom, boom. Switch on Tor. You can use the app also offline, you could say. So you can use all the encryption part as long as you exchange the contact with your peer, which is done by either QR code or sharing the payload. I'm going to show you this later. And we jump straight into the highest security mode, which is 0, which is a double ratchet encryption with mid-session DH. So you can straight see what is like my proposed alternative to, let's say, signal level encryption. All right, so we could see in the logs that both devices successfully pinged each other. I'm just gonna hit encrypt to start the handshake session from the Pixel. We received, hit decrypt, authenticate. And now we're gonna get like the last piece of it to start the session. You can see that the session is authenticated by the same number in the same emoji array. And the cool part is when you want to send something here, you are not allowed to send plain text. You're gonna get zero mode requires encryption, so you hit encrypt, hit send, boom, there you go. It's gonna auto decrypt for you because you derive per message keys. And because I didn't show you that, so you type whatever text you want to type, hit encrypt, and with the NIGMA button you can see the ciphertext, so you can inspect it, that it looks like something you would expect, and then that you don't need to worry about anything else. But maybe not everybody wants to do a handshake, although this is like the highest security option, because this way you always know that the person with the fingerprint you expect to sit there and read your message is actually going to be there. And the cool part is actually you can, for example, let's say, the Xiaomi is now unsure about that. You can just reinitialize the handshake at will. And you see also, as long as you have a strong connection, I'd say it's decently fast enough. It's roughly the same, I would say, any other instant messenger will do in terms of performance. But let's say for everyday use, you can just go to settings, switch to baseline security. Advanced security level is just baseline security with a decrypt cap, so your peer can only decrypt the message once, but it's just a software cap. So it's only if you are a little bit, I don't know if I trust the person I'm communicating with me, maybe it's someone new to you, maybe a new business partner, something like that. Anyway, so we need the right context, so we switched. We can basically switch the mode and instantly exchange plain text messages. But of course we can use now still encryption, not to, and this is the special part. So we hit decrypt, and now we need to do the decryption ourselves, because baseline security is not a double ratchet mid-session DH, but it's just an AES GCM with derived ephemeral session keys. So that gives you not the same backward and forward security like the mid-session DH. So it is clearly designed for the more casual use, where you want to have, for example, a little bit of a light exchange with small talk, and then when there's a sensitive part of the communication you don't want anybody to know about, you're just going to hit encrypt and send. And it's going to be encrypted using the public key of your peer, and he's the only one who can decrypt it because he has the secret key, and because they are derived from the secret key, so it's not the actual keys you used. That gives it a little bit more security in that regard. Anyway, so you got the usual options, like for example making a picture or a video. Let's do a quick picture here, and it's gonna be handed over to the file crypto pipeline of NIGMA, and then you hit just yes, it's gonna send it. And the second it's gonna be at your peer, you're gonna be asked to decrypt it again, and then you can save it into the gallery. Let's hop over to the gallery real quick. Look at the image we just produced from the computer screen. No problem. Works with videos. Where are we? This one. And the feature I'm currently working at is voicemail. So, whoop, I hit the wrong. No. So you can just record voicemails. They're gonna hand it over to the same pipeline. It's gonna be sent. Wow, that was quick. But I'm still in the middle of the integration, so the voicemail is going to be the only thing that I want actually to be clickable in the chat screen. Pictures and videos, especially when they can easily be watched on the chat screen, in my opinion at least, open yourself up to, let's say, snooping or people like peeking on the phone screen. And so you can look at exchange pictures, videos, documents, PDF, text, docx in the gallery, which is the sandbox gallery. So it's not the usual public on-device folder, but let's say a little bit harder to reach for external apps. That's the same reason why there's actually besides one use case, no clipboard access in NIGMA. You cannot take screenshots of the screen. So it tries to keep whatever information you have the most secure. Everything is wiped. Almost everything lives only in memory. Even the contact book is encrypted on disk. Speaking of the contact book, let me show you. This is the main chat UI. So where you just pick with whoever you want to talk to. Then you've got your ID, which is presented as a QR code. You can easily, your buddy can just take the picture of it and add you to his contacts, and vice versa. You can start out completely without the Tor address, so you can generate it, but you can also renew it if you want to. The only thing you'll need to do then is to reshare your contact to your peers. But you can also just share the payload. So if you want to transmit it, for example, through a third-party software, but you don't need to worry big about that because it's only public, the public part of the secret. So no one can actually encrypt the message knowing only that part from you. You can obviously export and import your account. In the contact screen, if you hit add contact, you've got the scan QR button, and then you can give them a name or not, however you like. The settings screen I showed you already, like the 3 security levels you can choose. You can deactivate the show handshake tips for the 0 mode, so you know the sequence you need to do. And you can say that you want to prefer to use the PIN instead of the fingerprint. And we've got also a root checker on board, which checks for keyloggers, screen loggers, or hijacked devices to warn you that you might be exposed to a certain risk of leak. And then we got like the advanced defense, which is, for example, auto wipe the chat history after 60 seconds of inactivity, or on background or on screen switch, and at the same time auto lock on background. Another feature I'm still working on is auto lock after 60 seconds of inactivity, but I'm not sure if it's a little bit too annoying maybe, and maybe flip this to something else. That being said, there's certainly going to be people like activists, journalists, or business people, or just also regular people in oppressive regimes who might like it because they never know when their device is going to get taken away from them. Yeah, what is there else to say? I got the support page, which allows anybody who wants to donate to support the app. For example, send crypto. At the moment, it's just 4 different crypto coins, but I think that's actually fine for the most part. About the other 3, I'm not sure if I'm going to stick to them. Maybe I'm going to find another solution. Best case scenario, it's going to just roll so people can use it, and there's going to be a little bit of revenue maybe generated. So I'm okay. Yeah. But actually, that's it. So if you have a quick connection, actually I don't see any big difference to the popular messengers. The only thing is it gives you the peace of mind, first of all, because you control the encryption totally. You can see the encryption. And you don't need to hope that the server, which is used by whoever you entrust your data with, actually is going to hold up. There's not going to be the next scandal of 10 million accounts leaked from Apple, Meta, or whoever else. Or they even say to you, yeah, we're not going to do any shenanigans with the data, but then in the end, they're just going to give it away to some third-party companies for advertising and shit like that. So whoever's fed up with that and wants let's say, minimal in design, but still, let's say 80-85% of the usability of a regular messenger, I think you're gonna have a nice alternative with that. I know about a couple of competitors. First and foremost, there would be BitChat for the private or privacy-oriented market, I'd say. But I have a lot of issues with the whole Bluetooth low frequency thing. So first of all, in a not densely populated area, you'd probably be stranded. I hear a lot of people saying the argument, but what when the internet gets cut off? Yeah, well, when the internet gets cut off, most likely Bluetooth is going to get cut off too. As well, for a lot of people who say, yeah, use this on demonstrations and stuff like that. Well, you are actually aware that they use stuff like Bluetooth jammers. So I think at the end, you'll be better off using the internet in one way or the other. And Tor is pretty reliable. So if you want to keep up a chat living for, say, 1 or maybe 2-3 days, just don't exit the app, just background it like you would do with your normal messenger anyway. And you'll have a chat log for that amount of time. But actually, I'm one of the persons, I meanwhile realized that all this backtracking in chats, most of the time I don't even need it. It's just what instant messaging was supposed to be at one point in time, like a back and forth. And I way more care today about knowing that my data is really secure. It's really my privacy. And if I see stuff like that Telegram, first of all, never was end-to-end encrypted in the sense when you don't use a secret chat, for example, then that different providers say, yeah, well, we can make it so no one can reach you that is not in your contacts, but we want you to pay for it. This is all included already. So all of the contacts are whitelisted. We can even try. So I don't remember with who I was with the... I was connected to the Xiaomi. Just need to... So I have here my Samsung, and fortunately it's disconnected from the logs. but you can see it clearly. So I just, I didn't do anything here. You can see that because this is a known peer, they are only allowed to ping me if I'm not in an active chat with them. And this is basically only like, hey, are you online? And this is going to flip, for example, I want to talk to someone and this is going to flip my toggle from white to green and so on. Okay, I can reach him. But obviously, I'm not going to get, I hope you can see this. I'm not going to get a green dot because I never get an acknowledgement for the sent message. So I think if you're privacy oriented, then this is the better approach than saying, hey, oh, there's my WhatsApp number, and basically anybody, even marketing agencies, they can just snatch it off anywhere, and then you get all of that spam. And yeah, it's not going to happen with NIGMA. It's just like, okay, whoever's in my contact book can reach me, no one else can. And if I don't want to be reached at all, flip the button off and that's it. No more reachability at all. Yeah, okay, so far this should be the introduction. I hope I covered everything. On the roadmap is, like I told you, finish or make the voicemail feature nicer, so it's actually usable. Maybe this is another point I can touch up real quick is I don't want the chat to be interactable like in other messages because it is privacy focused. It is but also data integrity focused. So I don't want the ability to change something which was written after the fact. I think that creates more problems actually than it solves problems. This is just my opinion. No one needs to share it, and at the same time, it makes it very light in appearance. So I don't see a problem if there can be a quick exchange about things. You won't type a short novel. You shouldn't even, in my opinion. For everything else, you basically covered, like I said. I'm not trying to claim too much, but I think core functionality, 80-85%, I think is manageable, and that would be like really serverless. There's no big company, there's just me. I'm not interested in your data. You don't need to give me your phone number, your ID, or anything else. You just install the app and then exchange, create your ID, which is generated in the beginning. So if this ID is just a shorthand for your secret key, which is generated by when you press down your finger the first time, which is stored in the secure vault in the strong box of the phone, or TE if you have nothing better. And the Tor ID is also generated by you. So there's nothing remotely close to any communication which goes to any form of company server. And the only thing you ever need to think about is, okay, the Tor HS directory servers. They're gonna know because they need to know your address to lay out rendezvous points and so on. And then in total, I think it's 6 or 7 relays, depending on how you count the rendezvous point, which will know, but only your .onion v3 address. That's it. That's all. There is no more credentials out there. It's not going to ask you for anything on your phone. It doesn't want to write down to your phone's directory. The only permissions that are actually requested are, of course, if you use the voice recording or the camera, but then are asked all the time, unless you say, okay, forever. Whatever files you exchange are in the sandboxed gallery, so you don't need to worry about them as well. So basically, the only 2 people you need to trust while exchanging private or sensitive information, especially in a business context. Let's say you want to send over a draft of the latest contract or NDA or any negotiations, no problem. Encrypt them, send them. No one's gonna know, because Tor v3 is in itself already end-to-end encrypted, and then you can layer my encryption on top of that. So with this minimal approach of that the app doesn't even know, because the app doesn't save anything to disk, any ciphertext which is generated, doesn't matter if it's a file, for example, is instantly deleted after it was sent. So you prepare it, send it, and then it's already gone out of the app. Like, it's sent, and that means the cipher, the hash, everything's gone, everything's zeroed out and deleted. So there's nothing on your device. Let's say when you are in a certain regime where you need to fear, for example, a device seizure, could be also pretty strong against forensics. But this is at that point in time only a guess of mine, because of course at some point in time on the roadmap there will be the need for a proper security audit, and of course I'd be happy also about a couple of people who I also need to learn to trust, by the way, when I have a look at it and say, well, this was solved good, this was solved not so good. But we'll see. Yeah, I hope this was entertaining for you. I hope you find a little bit of interest maybe in my project. And I'm gonna try to keep up the devlogs. I also want to show people like a realistic view on how it is to generate all of this stuff with AI. And yeah, we'll see how it develops. Have a nice one. Thanks for watching. If you want to support me, subscribe, like, and please give me your comments. What do you think about it? Maybe missing functionality, something I didn't think of, and so on. Take care. Bye-bye.